it gives you an option, you know. And when I go and talk to high school kids or college, I said, this is just another option. You know, there's military service, you can go to college, and there's various different colleges, trade schools. I said, just look at all your different options. And one thing that the Marine Corps offers is we will, in any military service, you can get a job, you can learn life skills, technical skills, and earn money for college. You can take college courses while you're still in the Marine Corps working, you know, and they have tuition assistance to pay for that. And you're still doing your job and getting paid as well. And what the Marine Corps, I think, offers vice the other services, and I'm not putting the other services down, is we are like a brotherhood. We are, as soon as you sign up, you become part of the family. And it's embedded in us. We love to train, we care about each other, and we just have that history ingrained in us that we want to be better. And it just carries you, not only, you know, my 26 years in, or almost 26 years, but 4 years, and I've known Marines that have gotten out after 4, and it's carried them on throughout whatever they've done. You know, that discipline, that drive, and wanting to be the best always. So I think that's what the Marine Corps offers.
Sergeant Parish, why do you think, from your vantage point, the Marines are an attractive career choice for women and men?
For me personally, it gave me a lot of direction in my life. I didn't have a whole lot of options as a young man until I did join the Marine Corps. I was coming to the Marine Corps gave me a lot of the skill and determination to go out and be successful, not just as a you know, as a Marine, but also as a civilian whenever I do transfer back over, get out of the Marine Corps. You know, I've met some amazing people in my time, been a lot of places, done a lot of cool things, so it's something that I don't think I would ever trade back in for the world.
Sergeant Major Saunders just alluded to, and something you alluded to when we were doing the radio, that there is a special brotherhood that I don't find in existence in the New York Army National Guard, and you know, that's from my experience. But when you drive past homes in the United States of America, it's not unusual to see a flag in front of the house with the it's a United States Marine Corps flag. And NCIS, you hear Gibbs all the time talking about hey Marine, and that bond comes through there. It's why are the Marines so unique compared to the other services? And we're not knocking them, it's just there is that bond.
I think it's I think it just starts with you're a Marine. I mean, if you just really think about it, you're not called anything but a Marine. From the time that you graduate boot camp, you're a Marine, and everything that has gone on before you want to continue that legacy, and you feel proud of it. And you know, like you said, there's a lot of retired civilians now that were Marines, retired Marines. They have that pride in what you're doing, and you don't want to let them down. And you know, you hear all the stories and of all the past battles and wars in Iwo Jima and Belleau Wood and all that, and you want to continue that legacy. And I think that's one of the things that drives me. You know, I'm towards the end of my career, but I mean, I'm even more hungry now and feel the passion, because I want to pass that on to the younger Marines so they can carry on that tradition. And I can have my flag out in front of my house when I'm retired. So.
One thing I've noticed, this goes back, I've done some things at the VA hospital, and at events you'll see veterans there, and there is that esprit de corps between the World War II vets, the Korean vets, the Vietnam vets, all Marines, and the current Marines of today. It's just right there.
Yes, it is. It is, and that's like I said. I've done some things. I'm from San Diego, and I've done some things with the VA out there, and it's incredible just to go and hear some of their stories, you know, and put on a uniform, bring a couple of young Marines, and you know, these guys are, you know, have cancer or whatever, and they just want to talk to Marines and tell their story, and we want to listen. We want to hear it, you know, and that's what keeps us going. And you know, to put a smile on their face, and it in turn puts a smile on our face, and that's what it's all about. It's that brotherhood, esprit de corps that just keeps us going. And you know, we're very proud of that. We make no bones about that. So.
One of the biggest problems for students now is when they graduate from college, they have an incredible tuition loan that they have to pay back. And you guys have alluded to it earlier, that if you are in the United States Marine Corps, while you're in the Marines, serving your nation, getting your training, you also can go to college and get that degree, and the Marines pay for it. Whichever one of you guys wants to talk about that, go right ahead.
Certainly. I actually just recently enrolled at a university online, and just based on my military experience alone and some of the courses I've been through, I have a total of 55 credit hours, which puts me halfway to a bachelor's degree. So really, just based on the training that I've done and the things that the Marine Corps has sent me to, I'm that much further along in my degree. Whereas now all I really have to do is focus on my core classes, and I'll come away with a bachelor's degree in probably 2 years.
Congratulations. Sergeant Major Saunders, from your point of view, the attractiveness of the Marines paying for a college degree while you're serving your nation?
Well, I mean, it's obvious. It's expensive. Education is expensive, and it's there for you. And the other thing is, when you're on a big base, they really stress education. They really stress outside education, getting a degree. So they have education centers on those bases, and you can go and get questions answered. They have libraries. You can have computers where you can, take these courses. And they also have, different universities who have set up schools on those bases. So you don't have to drive far. You can go to work, take night classes there, and it's all paid for. So, there's a lot of opportunity for education, and not only in the Marine Corps, but in the military. And Marine Corps, we really harp on education nowadays.
Now, when one graduates from high school or college, an MOS or a job is what the Marine Corps offers, and offers training. Could you tell about some of the career opportunities that the United States Marine Corps now offers students?
Certainly. Myself personally, I'm a public affairs Marine, as I stated before. It's given me a lot of different trade skills. Basically, I can take over to the civilian side. We have different MOSs that are directly related to combat jobs. We also have jobs that are dealing with aircraft, logistics, administration, basically anything that you can see on the civilian side, minus, I would say, the infantry we have in the in the Marine Corps as well.
Sergeant Major Saunders, from your point of view, what do you think are some of the more attractive career choices for women and men if they join the Marines?
Well, everyone wants to be an infantryman. We can't, everybody can't be that. But as a Marine, but as a Marine, you are a basic rifleman. That's right. That's our basic principles. But when we have, like he stated, administrative. We have truck drivers and mechanics, aircraft mechanics. When you're talking about aircraft, you're dealing with avionics, hydraulics, and all different very technical skills that can transfer over into the civilian world. And the other big thing is, it's not only the job, but as you progress in rank, they send you to, we call them professional military education schools. You do a lot of writing. You have to learn how to do evals and things like that. So, and that actually goes towards college credit. So, you're not only learning in your technical job, but you're also doing other things. They bring in professors, English majors and stuff like that to teach you how to write and things of that nature. Be a professional Marine.
Now, you indicated on your journey to be becoming a sergeant major that you went from being active outside to more of a desk job at an administrative position. What were some of your responsibilities in your administrative position?
Well, I was mainly in helicopter squadrons, and you have to keep hours on engines and transmissions and certain parts of the helicopter when they needed service and things of that nature. And I had, a group of about 15 Marines under me in doing so. So you're in charge of a lot of different helicopters, you're in charge of a lot of equipment, and you're in charge of a lot of lives, basically, that fly that equipment. You have to make sure that the maintenance is kept up correctly.
So you're learning important management skills which you can transfer over to civilian life.
That's correct. And as a leader, and we are all leaders as Marines, you're managing every day, whether you're a young corporal or a sergeant major. You're leading your Marines and managing them as well. So that's the other side of it that you really can't get outside of the Marine Corps.
Now, computer skills and the web and social media are very important to the Marines in 2012, right?
It is, and it's funny because when I first came in, we didn't have any of that. We didn't have, every Marine didn't have a computer. Now computers are on every desk, email, Facebook and things of that nature. So it's very important because we evolve. We have to, or we're going to get left behind. And there's a lot of equipment that's very technical and needs computers, and that's why I think we're moving towards the education part, because we want to train smarter, not harder, when we're dealing with that equipment. So,
how have the computers changed your role in the United States Marines, Sergeant Parish?
My predecessors in my job field, they would shoot pictures on film, and it would take weeks and weeks and weeks to get back to a stateside duty station for it to get publicized.
Okay.
Now I can turn around a picture or a story in a matter of hours and get it pushed out with relevant information regarding the Marine Corps and Marine Corps recruiting in general. It's given us a lot of advantages to, like you said, reach out to in social media markets to basically reach our target demographic for recruiting purposes, and also just to generate basic awareness about the Marine Corps. And it all really happens just about a blink of an eye.
What do you say to the parents and to the young women and men? Parents are always worried about their kids possibly going into combat. Sergeant Parish, when you meet with the parents, say on Main Street in Buffalo, what would you be saying to them about going into the United States Marines?
First thing I would say is the Marine Corps, it's not for everybody.
Okay.
The Marine Corps, we really do only take the best of the best because of our general mission, which is to be basically America's 911 force. We're capable to deploy pretty much anywhere in the world in a matter of hours, matter of days, really. So there's the fact that we're basically the elite of the U.S. military. As far as joining the Marine Corps, it's something that you really have to want. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's something that it becomes you. You don't just go to work every day and then you go home and you're Joe Schmo civilian. You go home and you're still a Marine pretty much 24 hours a day. So it's a lifestyle as opposed to just a career.
Sergeant Major Saunders, what do you say to the parents and to young women and men considering careers, say, and you're meeting with them in downtown Syracuse? What advice do you offer them?
Well, like I said earlier, it's a choice, and Sergeant Parish is right. It's not for everyone, and that's why we're called the few, the proud. We don't want just everyone. We want the best. We want somebody that wants to be a Marine, and then we'll go ahead and instill the training and all that. So you first have to have that desire. Now, if they want information on the Marine Corps, I'm more than qualified to give them information. But if they think that it's not for them, then it's probably not. But I can just tell you from my experience and where I came from, and what it gave to me is the discipline, the drive to be successful, and to have confidence in yourself. I can, I can just do just about, or I think I can do just about anything that's out there, and I'm not afraid to try. And I have discipline, self-discipline, which a lot of kids that don't have nowadays. I mean, I have a son that's in college, and I'm on the phone with him talking about discipline and getting up and make sure he goes to class and do his homework and things like that. So a lot of young kids, they don't have that drive and discipline to do that. We give that to them. If you stay in 4 years, then you can go on to college and you have that drive to get up and want to succeed. So I think that's very important. We, at an early age, we start them off, we give them leadership right away. They become a leader at an early age, and they have that discipline instilled into them so they can go on and do bigger and better things.